Hello. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon, wherever you guys are. How are you doing today? How was your Friday, your Saturday? For those of you who are like really way off, how was your Tuesday? How's that going? Good to see you guys in here tonight. Muffin, Caleb, good to see you in here. Appreciate the lurks. Appreciate you guys popping on in for our Friday night Astronomy Chat and whatever else kind of happens tonight. Got our regular yammerings on and complainings about clouds because we have all the clouds. You know, that's still something I can't get rid of. We're inundated by all the clouds here and snow, and we've had a fair bit of snow for quite a while now. AstroPix, what's going on? How are you? Hello, hello. But good to see you guys in here tonight. Now, I gotta say, I am hurting. I've had this shoulder pain, and it's like in my arm now, and there's like no comfortable way to sit. So if I'm doing this during the stream, it is just to relieve any weird pain that's happening. I am not letting one loose. Besides, I know when to mute my mic for that one, because if there's ever a then maybe I wasn't swearing. Anyway, were you doing good? Excellent. Good to see you in here tonight. How have our friends south of the border, how's your Thanksgiving gone? For those of you who aren't celebrating Thanksgiving, how is your Friday going? How was your Thursday? Has anybody found any good Black Friday deals? As far as I've seen, it's been largely disappointing. Now, unless there is anything like half decent out there, I am on the lookout for maybe some new Astro gear, if any, within reason, like a reasonable budget. Maybe we'll look at something to possibly pick up tonight if there's any good deals that you guys have seen that might fit in with everything that we're doing on the channel. An electric toothbrush, well, it's always good. ZWO, we give you the best Black Friday deal. $10 off. That's it. Just $10. That seems to be a tough one there, because you figure, what do you think would like be a good, like, when I'm thinking Black Friday, and again, this is kind of coming back to the whole thing of a sale is no longer truly a sale anymore. I remember as a kid, I would see you like monthly, maybe like once a month, there would be some kind of sale on the weekend, and that was it. You have to look forward to that. You have to kind of plan. And then it was like there was actually like good deals on things. People were always fighting for your business. Now there's like a sale on something every week. It's like, why does it have to be a weekly flyer? Why is there always those weekly sales going on? It's never anything special. If you figure you miss one sale, it's going to be back up on sale in a few weeks. Have patience. I have no patience. I have none. What's going on, Lars? How are you? Evening. Good to see you in here. Now, I've also had a little bit of a not a mishap with one of our Lego builds, but there are quite a few pieces missing. That used to be a crocodile duck looking thing, but there seems to be a few pieces missing. Now, I don't know if Mrs. Canuck is listening, or if she's standing by, or just waiting for me to drop my guard on these last few little Lego candies, because I sure haven't been eating them. Wasn't me. I didn't get everything for your shopping, but did get some for Black Friday. Now I was looking on Lego's website. Midnight, I ended up being in a queue, and as far as I can tell, it was everybody looking for the AT-AT, and for $949, I think that is like a guaranteed. I am not going to buy that Lego set. That one is like I can almost say for like a beyond a shadow of a doubt that will not be any we'll not be building that one on stream, because I don't even know where I would put it. Like this camera wouldn't be like high, the whole thing would be sitting like probably like right here. Hello, I'm an AT-AT. Hello. It would not be a build. Parallel subscription and 2 Topaz Labs programs. Oh yeah, how I didn't see there were some things, I got emails for Topaz Labs for some of the programs. I did try out, what did I try? I tried a few of the other programs, but to be honest, like using denoise is like the only one that's been that works for me, that I've had a good time with there, in the sense that it just everything works nice, you know. I tried the was it the program to upscale your images and sharpen AI. They're okay, but they just didn't do what we wanted to do there. Prophet DNA, what's going on, Prophet? How are you, sir? Welcome into the stream. How are you doing today? Glad to have you in here. You tried the sharper one, but no good. The denoise is excellent. I love denoise. Denoise is a fantastic program, and you know, even that image of the Rosette Nebula that I captured last year and a half ago now. Where's my Instagram? That was, I really liked how denoise took care of all that, of all the noise in there. Well, the cool stuff we're going to see, unless you like looking out at open fields and snow and clouds, then this is what we're doing. This is what we got. No, there's always tons of images to look back on. There's always lots of data that we can always go through there. But unfortunately, yeah, we are clouded out tonight for our Friday evening. There is a possibility at midnight there will be 45 minutes of clear skies. So yeah, I'm not busting out the scope for that. But no, it's the, where is, excuse me, there we go. The Rosette Nebula that I shot. There will be a date on that there. There we go. From February 15th, 2020. It was, I was very impressed with, here is the very noisy version. I don't know how well it's going to show up on your screen, but I think it did a fantastic job of maintaining the details. So, you know, sometimes it's not so much as been hit and miss, but I've almost had more success when I do the denoise like almost at the very end. But we'll see how that goes. Here currently raining, but there's some possibility of snow tomorrow, but it won't stay as it's still too warm. I know we have been on and off with the snow, because it's been, the other day, I think I posted in the Discord that we had about 20-25 centimeters of snow overnight. I don't know if I had posted that. Oh, of course. I don't know if I posted that in there. But we got quite a bit of snow, and it's pretty much all gone. It's pretty much all gone now. The other thing you wanted to get was the Kenwood cooking chef, but that didn't work out. I feel let down. I feel let down by some Black Friday deals. Yeah, that's the patio to the off to the left. The scope is just up top. You can see it. The big white dome there is the cover on the telescope up there. So usually, whenever we're going to have some clear skies, yes, we're going to take the cover off and we're going to start shooting live images. However, we're clouded out for like the past 3 weeks almost now. It's very, very frustrating. So I was kind of hoping. I was hoping there was going to be a little bit of a clear sky tonight, but that didn't work out either. Let's see, what's our forecast look like for Yeah. Like, this is what we're dealing with still for like the next, even still for the next week. So what I will be doing, what we're going to be doing is digging out some more images to process, and I think what I'm going to do. Hello, Chalky Soup. Neo Fireburns, Chalky Raid, hello. Hello, Chalky Soup, how are you doing? Welcome in. I'm always thrown off. I'm always thrown off by the raid, I love it. You getting roided, friendo? What's going on, Chalky? How are you doing? Welcome in, raiders. What's going on tonight? How are you doing? Good. You had a drum stream, but you got a raid and run for some din here. No worries. Thank you so much for bringing in your community. I appreciate it so much. I will look after them. I will take good care. Take good care of everyone. Yes, welcome in. My name is Tom. I haven't had enough coffee. I am the Astro Canuck. Usually we are taking live images of outer space. However, tonight we are inundated by clouds. We have had snow and rain and clouds for like the past 3 weeks, so it is getting very frustrating. But usually, like I said, we are taking live images of outer space with my telescope in my backyard, and we get certain images much like this. These are live shots taken with my telescope here. Ace Deuce, oh yeah, what's going on? How are you doing? Welcome in. So we'll take images of nebulae like the Flaming Star Nebula, the Bubble Nebula, and other surrounding clusters of stars and gas clouds, which are within our galaxy. A lot of the targets that we're looking at are basically going to be within our galaxy, unless it really is another galaxy itself, like the Andromeda Galaxy. These are all images taken from my backyard, imaged live on stream, and whenever we have the clear skies, we are going to be streaming. Friday nights are our Astronomy Chat, or if it is interrupted by clear skies, then we switch over to some live imaging. But we'll kind of talk about space, astrophotography, and everything in between. I know a lot of people had Thanksgiving yesterday in the United States, so always interested to hear what's your main dish. What's kind of like that, aside from like turkey or whatever kind of main part, what's like the side dish that excites you the most for the holiday? That is the galaxy that is closest to us. That's the Andromeda Galaxy, 2.5 million light years away. As well, there is the neighboring Triangulum Galaxy, M33, which is about equal distance away from us. And the three of our galaxies, are already gravitationally bound together and will one day join up to become a brand new supercluster of stars and black holes and just a mishmash of everything else all together there. So mark that on your Google calendars, on your iCal, for about 4-5 billion years from now. We'll have a gigantic star party. But this is using a small 72 millimeter diameter telescope to get these images, and this is about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes of images that have been stacked on top of each other. Usually, when you do a single exposure for astro imaging, it's very, very dim, very dull, because the light that needs to be absorbed into the camera, the photons that are coming from these targets, really need to take time to get that integration. Otherwise, you're going to see like the bright nucleus of the galaxy. Other than that, depending on some of the satellite galaxies or any, like maybe the brighter stars, a lot of the foreground stars that you're seeing here, that's everything that's within our galaxy. All those foreground stars, the smudgies, the bigger and the largest smudgy, are smaller satellite galaxies of the Andromeda Galaxy. So it's kind of, it seems like it's all in like this one field of view, but there's very few targets out in space where you can really feel the depth of things. You already love it here? Well, Neo Fire burns. I love that you're here. This is what I love to do. I love taking pictures of space. I love talking about space and astrophotography. And this is what I've been doing on Twitch now for the past year. And you know what? I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm glad to meet some new people who are coming in here and just show them something amazing that you may not always get from that you may not be able to see from your backyard. Maybe if you're in the city, you're going to see a handful of bright stars and a full moon. That's kind of about it. So technically this is one photo. We are taking, with the program that we have, we can take a photo, take more photos, and it'll just start building up the image. As far as a single photo, let's see if we have a no, that's still a few minutes on that target, but I guess a rough idea would be that's Jupiter. Because, yeah, depending on what target we're shooting. All right, so there's the I believe that's Andromeda that we're just looking at. But that was just a quick shot, about probably a 5-second photo with the camera. So again, you see the nucleus of the galaxy, but you don't get everything else in between. I need to put a lens in orbit in hopes of capturing some depth. Yes. What's going on, Velisip? How are you? Now, if we want to start getting some depth, is we would need to take an image of of a star or a planet or anything. Actually, more aiming for pick a bright star. 6 months later, image that same star again. And from there, you can compare the images together and you can see if there's any shift in the foreground or background stars. And that's the parallax movement. And that is what helps astronomers decipher how far away certain targets are by focusing on one star and then measuring how many stars are moving to a certain degree. So yes, there's a great deal of images. This was there were some targets when I first moved back to Canada in when did I move back here? July. I was in a higher light polluted area than I am right now, so getting some of these targets were like, there was the first time I was seeing some of these targets, like the Omega Nebula. This is in the southern. This lies low in the south in the northern hemisphere. And it's one of those targets I haven't been able to image. And right now, I've kind of blocked myself off from seeing these targets, but we will be moving the telescope around. We're moving the telescope around as as the months progress, and we try to capture some different targets. Right now, a great deal of the planets are the galactic, the plane of the ecliptic, is sitting very low right now. And a lot of the planets are already below the horizon by the time we're going to be imaging, save for maybe Venus in the early evenings. Is Hubble's telescope still around? Hubble is, as far as I have heard, is back in safety mode, and that might be it. That might be. Hubble has its mission has gone on years and years longer than anticipated, and in less than a month, hopefully less than a month, we'll have the James Webb Space Telescope launch. Now, we did have that date on the 18th of December, and that's already changed to the 22nd of December because it is already there was a bit of a mishap. One of the supports had unexpectedly and almost catastrophically come loose, and they were worried that there were some severe vibrations that had gone through the observatory, and they delayed it by a few days, make sure everything's working, and latest reports are that there was nothing adversely impacted. So 22nd of December is when that is set to launch, and that is essentially going to be the successor to Hubble, because it's going to be able to see pick up more distant signals in the infrared. So, pardon me, it is quite an important mission for observing. 23rd is your birthday. Hopefully that is a fantastic birthday present there for you, Lars. You remember when Hubble was first launched? Now, I guess, do you also remember when there was that servicing that needed to happen with it? When they had to fix up the mirrors? Because if anything is incorrect, anything goes wrong with James Webb, there is nothing that we can really do. It's not going to be in an orbit that is a serviceable orbit around our planet. It's going farther out towards into a Lagrange point, which is these little stable pockets of gravity, or low gravity. Like, you're not going to be influenced by many of the moon, the sun, Earth, or anything like that. It's a nice stable place to put a telescope, because this one needs to be incredibly stable, but also needs to go that much farther out. Yeah, there's going to be so many people covering the launch and the follow-up missions and just all the data coming in, and I'm going to be all over that as well. If you guys are happy to hang out in here or wherever and just kind of pass along news back and forth, we're gonna watch it. That's set to launch from French Guiana at about 7 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, so it'll be a early stream for me. What's up, Tracker? What's going on? The Hubble fix. What do we got there? Oh yes, your Hubble fix. Bloody hello, Kitty. Full 20. Hello, Kitty. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. I love that fix there. The measurement used for polishing various scientific metrics, and the communication with that was not relayed. I know, we're looking forward to the images coming from James Webb, and it has been. I remember watching a documentary on the Hubble Space Telescope, and they were saying how James Webb was supposed to launch in like 2012 or 2015 or something like that. I'm thinking, oof, this documentary is already showing its age. All right, doing a work and lurk. No worries, Prophet. Appreciate you coming on in there. And we do have the Discovery. We have the space shuttle Lego set that one day we're going to be building on stream. But for right now, we're going to not tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, we will continue our build of the Star Wars Imperial probe droid. And again, I've wanted to start building it. I wanted to start rebuilding it. Somebody has been deconstructing our other one. Has been deconstructing that one, so we're running low on candy Lego pieces. You doing good? How about you? I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing very good tonight. Glad to have you guys in here. We are eagerly awaiting the launch of James Webb Space Telescope. It's been way too long. I've also said its name way too many times. So if there's going to be any more delays, it's probably on me, because every time you say its name, we are delaying the launch by about 45 minutes and adding another $150,000 to the budget. I do not know who that is. Darius does it. What's going on, Darius? How are you? I'm unfamiliar with that, Ryan. What do they do? So adorable. Hello, Pookie. Hello, my love. Do you know anything about the missing Lego pieces? Do you know anything about that? Tim Hortons. Yes, Tim Hortons. Actually, if you want to get really, really specific, we got Tim Hortons Scotland. Now, mind you, I'm not in Scotland. There's something you've been meaning to mention. Is it anything to do with these missing Lego candies? You used to work there. I've had many friends who have worked at Tim Hortons. I've invested so much in Tim Hortons. Are you doing good? The Darius Does It Battalion has declared war against Ryan Trahan. Who is Ryan? What is this? How are we running into battle? How's that going there? What was your favorite thing about working at Tim Hortons there, Neo? What was the worst? What was your biggest complaint about working at Tim Hortons? Did you like it when at least people knew exactly what they wanted to order when they rock up and give me a large double and a honey cruller and they're on their way and that's it? You can tell me the word if you want to share, and you don't have to incriminate or throw anybody under the bus, because I have a feeling that there's probably a fair amount of people who might be able to relate and sympathize. Know the customers was your favorite part. I mean, I've only recently moved back to Canada, and I haven't been able to kind of get to know my local Tim Hortons as fondly, not intimately. Intimately? Yeah, you know. Baristas freak out when you want a coffee black. It's just, really? But what about your mocha frappa lappa or al pacino? Like, don't you want any of that in there? Just black coffee? No, but you don't want to eat the Timbits. I got to tell you, I have not consumed Timbits with the veracity that I used to. It's more just the breakfast sandwiches I've enjoyed. Could use those to make chocolate Lego bricks. Oh, what do we got? What do we got here? With the well, the thing is, I like the idea with that. I like where your head's at, Lars. I like that. Now the only thing is with these ones, is that we can still brick them. We can still connect them together. The coffee is real. The food is fake. Oh yeah, I do not. I never imagined for one moment that there was somebody in the back room, whipping up donuts, and rolling out punching out the holes of the donuts and making the Timbits. I never thought that at one point. But I did hear that one of my friends who used to work at Tim Hortons, they would, I think with the filled donuts, they would still have to put the stuff in there. Stop playing with your food. No. No. That they would make some different flavor, some personal flavored donuts with just throw in the chocolate and Boston cream filling. The yellow tastes like banana. What does the green taste? I haven't had. Does green taste like grass? Lime? Back in the 1990s, they were all handmade. So I wanted. I'd imagine when business was a little slower and more personal, that yes, there was a lot of more handmade going on there. You don't remember It's sitting on the desk. Where do you get candy Lego from? Bulk Barn? Bulk Barn. So when I was on Sunday stream, we were talking about what we could build with them, because there are basic shapes. There are just basic Lego shapes in there, but we don't need anything as fancy as what we do for the probe droid or the lunar lander or the Infinity Gauntlet or anything like that. We just want a quick and easy basic Lego set. So I'm going to look for any instructions online, and maybe we will do a little bit of a custom build, a little candy MOC, if you will, for Sunday stream. We'll make a tasty creation out of Lego. Maybe it'll be holiday themed, just because we are edging into the Christmas season. Although let the digestion occur for those who are celebrating Thanksgiving yesterday, and then we'll kind of move on toward the Christmas spirit of things, and we will have some more holiday festivities planned for the future streams there. You remember when James May built a full UK type house from Lego? I didn't see that. I didn't see him do that. I've always been to my mind, a classic, well, before I lived in the UK, that classic, or that Tudor style with the white paneling and the wood accents that kind of go all around there, for those styles of houses always screamed British to me. And then I lived in a postage-sized stamp house for the better part of 6 years, and I realized that is the quintessential British house, a tiny little row of houses that you do your best, you do your absolute damnedest to ignore what your neighbors are doing. And you learn their work schedules so yours do not coincide. You'll have to have the awkward, you all right? But I think it'll be fun. We'll do a little bit of a build. And also yesterday, after we finished our rebuild of the, we can just kind of see it. I've also moved the camera, so we got more of I'm kind of a little more eye to eye with you guys now. But we rebuilt the International Space Station and also found another brick separator. So we are growing. We're regrowing our collection here of our brick separators. I know a lot of people are kind of building brick separator trees for Christmas. Right now, there isn't a whole lot of Christmassy things for Lego at the moment. You're going to take your leave. Got some business to attend to. No worry, Neo Fire Burns. Thank you so much for popping in. Appreciate it. And thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on into the observatory. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays are the main days, and we are streaming without question. But any day can pop up when we have clear skies doing some live astrophotography, and would always love to have people in. And there's always some more interesting targets that we're going to be looking at as the months progress. We are still within Milky Way season. Actually, it's more of the season of Orion, when we're going to be looking at a lot of targets. But like I said, for now, we got a whole whack of clouds coming in and out all day. We have snow squall warnings for throughout the night. So it's not a weather system that is conducive for stress-free imaging. The house is more rectangular than typical. Can be found on YouTube. All right, I'll keep an eye out for that. Now, my most recent YouTubings have been I've kind of been doing with actually looking at keyboards. Funny enough, because, like I said, the last keyboard I had was just I paid what, like £15 for it on Amazon. It was supposed to be silent, but then it was also wireless and it kept cutting out and you couldn't use it as a wired keyboard. So I had to ditch that, and now I have a less than useful keyboard at the moment. But also, actually, one thing I did look at on YouTube was illegal Lego builds. That Death by Muffin had thrown a link in the Discord for that. Those are some interesting creations. That was some interesting stuff. It was what people were doing with the bricks. And again, in the last couple of weeks, just kind of finding some new people on Twitch who are more into Lego builds. You know, because we have our Lazy Sunday Lego streams, and that's how we're going to keep it. Because there is no chance that those are going to be interrupted by a clear sky unless we get a solar scope set up. But for now, I think it's always nice to kind of finish off the week with a relaxing Lego build, and you know, always just trying to. Well, we generally keep things chilled here anyway. You know, it's not exactly a high stress kind of place that we got you guys hanging out with us here, but it is. You know, there's always lots of planning that does go into some of the streams. Tonight's stream, well, we're kind of rambling on about the impending launch of the James Webb Space Telescope, which is less than a month away. We'll be starting that stream early in the morning. I think the launch is due for 7 a.m., so I'll probably aim to start the stream at about maybe 6 in the morning. Kind of get a little warmed up, get the coffee in me, because that'll be one of the earliest streams we would have started with. I know we've started late streams, or we've gone on till the sun has come up a couple of times. But yeah, never one where we've actually started that early before for a launch. And yeah, JWST is no slouch right now. This is one that has been eagerly awaited. Many delays have been imparted by this scope. So it's good to kind of actually try to have a solid date of when this is going to launch. The scope has been transported. It is being prepared to be loaded into as far as I've seen, it's been loaded into the fairing, and there was just that brief issue that happened. Pardon me, with the support giving way, and it's been noted to be all in good working order now, so they're going ahead with that. But yeah, we will be watching that launch intently, because that's going to be probably one of the most nerve-wracking launches we have ever watched on stream. Just now able to get on. Is the sound low, or is it just on your end? Check 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be, I don't know. What's going on, Quiglius? How are you? Good to see you in here. Now, I have been mucking about with the audio again, so if anything, see, there might be things that are like really low and some things that are really high. Hopefully, actually, it does seem kind of low.
Don't say that word.
I remember news of planning the JWST in the childhood. It's been a long time. It has been a long while. I think we've been very patient. We've been very patient with this telescope and everything else, all the issues that have kind of come along with it there. Are you doing great? Excellent. Well, glad to have you in here on a Friday evening. I don't know if my camera is moving. See, I've moved the camera. I've changed where it's sitting. I don't know if it's slowly dropping. I think I have like one. No, it's still where it's where I left it. But no, glad to have you guys in here today. Now, for Black Friday, what we have for our merchandise like the shirt that I'm wearing right now, there is there's actually free shipping going on right now with Stream Elements. So that is one of the things that we have available for, at least on my end of things with Black Friday. There's a few new items that have been added onto our site there, and if you are subscribed to the channel, those of you who are subscribed do save depending on what tier level you're at. Also, I think the savings also will come along with the fact that there is free shipping on orders over $50 this weekend through until the 29th, I believe. But other than that, have there been any other Black Friday sales that people have discovered that's actually a decent deal, where it's not like, you know, you see I've seen the memes today, something that is like is $499 Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday it drops. It's the same price, but they just have like a higher price X'd out in front of it. You know, like genuinely actually some decent prices on things. Because I was saying earlier how like the sales used to be sales, and those price reductions actually meant something, where now it's kind of just this wave that you ride for a lot of prices, although it seems like those waves just kind of keep going up and up, and there's been like very few like genuinely good deals that I've seen out there. Like I was looking on let's see, what there was, like, you know, Black Friday deals for like ZWO cameras, and you're saving like $20. Now I guess there's only so low that they can put their cameras, because it's like kind of like it's already internet prices, and why that seems like an excuse for people. It's like, oh, it's already an internet price. We can't really go much lower than that. Like, yeah, you probably can. You probably can. Just that everybody else will get mad. But there hasn't been anything. NASA Shop has 15% off, but even with that, discount is still. Yeah, there was. What did I did buy a keyboard to replace all this, and it was actually ended up being a decent sale, where it kind of, the sale price cut out tax and shipping. So that was actually, I consider that one to be actually a pretty good deal on things. But no, I was looking at Lego, and mainly just essentially for really a Christmas build, and that there's nothing there. There's nothing that I put in the watch list. Yeah, everything is actually, there's not even a change in prices. Like, there isn't even a change in price. It's all the same price there, and they're either out of stock. Santa's Visit was available on back order. It was available for a back order earlier this morning, but the expected delivery date was 27th of December. So I would say that wasn't as good of a deal. Actually, the price didn't even change. There was no price reduction on that set. So we will. Now there's one. There's one set that actually has a percentage off, the Bird of Paradise, which we do have. That is sitting in the backlog there to build. Actually, it's probably, maybe that'll be something we'll do over the holidays, because I gotta tell you, we're gonna be moving things around a little more. Like, I've already moved where the camera is sitting, so I'm looking at you guys a little more eye to eye, as it were. But just move some of the shelves around. We'll get that. We'll build the Bird of Paradise set. We'll have a nice plant in the office. You know, spruce up the place a little bit, right? I think I got hanging a couple of pictures tomorrow is on my agenda, because again, the expanse behind my head, because that's going to be angled a little bit, so that's going to open up some of the wall over there, and you know, it's we'll make some things look interesting around here. But But aside from that, I gotta say that I've been... I range from whelmed to underwhelmed for the sales on Black Friday overall. So I don't feel like there's anything that I'm like, yes, I need that. I want that at that price. That's gonna do me well. But no. Nothing that has really tickled my fancy. I think at most I was looking at just a UV IR cut filter. Speaking of The Expanse, comes on the 20th of December. I gotta restart it. Essentially, it has been so long since I've started watching The Expanse, and I know I have to watch it. So, catch up on that. There's and everything with all the Star Trek programs. And what do we got? Hawkeye just started on Disney Plus. Haven't watched Shang-Chi yet. I need to watch Black Widow again. I felt last time I watched it, there's a few kind of interruptions throughout the movie. There's a lot of popcorn and pee breaks, so try and watch it all the way through. And yeah, then kind of move on to Shang-Chi, catch up with Hawkeye. I want to rewatch Mandalorian ahead of Book of Boba Fett. Spoiler alert. Just kind of get back into that. So hopefully we get caught up on that. So I got a schedule TV is what I need to do. Although one good thing tonight regarding to TV is shortly after after the stream, and probably like almost bang on, will be puck drop for the Maple Leafs and the San Jose Sharks for a late game, which I always enjoy that. I always like the late games, the late Toronto games, and the Sunday, a Sunday Toronto Maple Leafs game always feels special. Now I know today is Friday, but it's also a late game, so it kind of fits in my criteria of what's a special game to watch. So looking forward to catching that. And now I'm playing with the candy Lego bricks. Instead of I am playing with, well, I'm not playing with my food, but I am playing with food. Instead of eating the bricks, I'm just playing with them. But maybe I need to just dump out all the candy bricks and just start to build something, put something together, right? That's starting to look like something. I feel like it looks almost duck-like. Or if you like built it up like a snail, I don't know. These things happen. Go Wings, but they've been sad for a decade or more. One of my buddies, he is a Detroit Red Wings fan through and through, and it's just been, I can imagine it's been a hard time for him. But then again, Maple Leafs. It's been sad since, was it 67? I think the most excitement that we had was the Leafs and Kings in the semifinals back in 92, 93. So it's not to say you get used to have to be cheering for a team that is like one of the most profitable teams in the NHL, and they haven't had a cup for the better part of was it 50 some odd years? 60 years? So no, I feel when other fans' teams, when everybody else's teams are kind of like down in the dumps, because it's hard to watch your favorite team, and just realize that there's maybe just shoot the puck, put the puck in the net, and that will solve all your problems. But then what do I know? I just like to look at stars. Now, we had the Christmas tree cluster that we were working on, and I haven't posted that image because I want to go back and redo that. Sounds like the lions, or you mean the kittens? Oh boy, that was like one of my favorite seasons to watch the Detroit Lions just tank. I went to a Lions game once, and it was a game. It was quite the football experience with them. Now, it wasn't as exciting as going to over to Buffalo for a Buffalo Bills game, where the whole, I'm pretty sure, I'm confident there is nobody if you go to a football game, an NFL game, and you're tailgating, which you should always do, is the game is secondary. Like even at like a tertiary event to everything that's going on if you are tailgating properly. And I've had some interesting stories come about from tailgate parties and having groups being organized to try to get into the United States, into the stadium, getting there on time. There's always something that happens. There is never. You say that you've been on a bus trip to a football game to do some tailgating, and everything went nice and smooth. The game was fun, and you came back, and I'm going to say you didn't go at all. You didn't make it. You're making that all up, because I don't think there's been any time when nothing has gone wrong on a bus trip. Now, to the point where there were trips that had to be made back a couple of days later to recover items that some people left behind or had been taken. So to really double up on the fun, just kind of go back into a football stadium. I wonder how, I've actually never been over to a football stadium when there's not an event going on, when it isn't game day. I imagine it has to be like a completely different ambiance, a different atmosphere of just the silence of the whole stadium. But no, always enjoy a good game day. Always enjoy going to a football game or a hockey game. Still wouldn't be doing that right now. For me personally, I probably wouldn't be as excited to go to a hockey game at the moment. But what I am excited about is capturing more images. I really was hoping that we're going to have some clear skies tonight, but there's like a tiny little sliver. Actually, I think that has probably actually changed. The forecast has changed for the worse. Yeah, I was looking at the forecast earlier, actually just before we kind of went on, and midnight was showing to be green. No, that's not the case. So this is what annoys me. We have cool, crisp air coming through. It's very, very low wind, and as much of a clear sky that we're going to get is 27% cloud coverage. Like, maybe if I was going to go out with some binoculars and have a look around, we'd be able to see some targets, but you wouldn't get the whole expanse of the Milky Way across the sky. And unfortunately, it looks like Friday, maybe Sunday, if that's a possibility. Early morning Sunday, if these, see, we're bookended by snow, and if that is, see, there's a possibility of snow squalls. Something like that can like really come in very quick and just ruin the whole imaging session there. But if we can get some clear skies from 1 in the morning till, almost pretty much 6 in the morning, and we got a good 5 hours of imaging if that's going to be as clear as that states. Like why the it's still seeing, like I would almost consider that to be green. Like that really should be green in there, but we'll keep an eye on the weather. And if late Sunday night, early Sunday or early Monday morning, if it's going to be clear, then, you know, probably I would consider getting the cover off the scope and kind of starting a fairly late stream, maybe early morning, but just to be able to get the scope out and take some images. Also, Orion is going to be nice and high in the sky, and pretty much every target in that area, and between Orion and Monoceros, is going to be fair game to get some images. So we'll keep an eye on that. So possibly a double stream Sunday for our LEGO stream in the morning, and then early hours or late to early hours of Sunday, Monday. If we can get some imaging time going on, that'd be fantastic. Be wonderful to have that going on there. But until then, we have data to work with. We have there's actually quite a bit of images I did pull off of the original ASI Air that we should be able to do a little bit of processing on tomorrow night. Tomorrow night it should be maybe rework the tadpoles, because I wasn't too happy with how that turned out last week. So it was not as nice of a data set that I was kind of hoping for. You know, there's definitely some better data that can be pulled out of those images, because we had about 10 hours. About 10 hours worth of data on that target, and I knew, like, pretty much right off the bat what the big issue was, and I was running the gradient exterminator early on, and it kind of didn't need, there wasn't really much of a gradient that happened in this image. So it's kind of a matter of going back and reprocessing the whole thing there. Now, it's not to say I wasn't too displeased with how this image looked, you know, and where I need to be. Excuse me. Pardon me. No, just see, will you I need to adjust I'll need to adjust where the tools are for Photoshop, but you know, we're heavily cropped in on this image. You know, I would say that I'm liking where the data was going, but I feel there was you know, things did kind of drop out, because the tadpoles, they've kind of started to blend in. Like I liked the contrast of the dark nebulae within our target, but it was just, again, I really had to crop it in. We lost, my goodness, pardon me, we had lost a great deal of data in there. So possibly going back through that, and if not, I want to have another go at the Cygnus wall, because I think that was the target that probably definitely needed a little bit of the gradient exterminator done with it. And I think by starting off with yeah, I don't think I have, no, I'll have to go back and find that. But I get the Cygnus wall data and try that again, and try to make it as nice of an image as possible as well, just to add that into our collection of what has what has actually worked out really well on the stream, and what kind of data has really kind of looked amazing. So that's the plan for tomorrow, is to go back and revisit some older data, as it's been a while since we've been able to really capture anything new. Although there's also some of the stacks that we've done that I've shared online on Instagram that probably have enough data within there that we can actually get some decent highlights brought out with the images. I know with the Pleiades, I was happy with how that one turned out. So we'll see how, maybe if we can highlight that reflection nebula, which again, I was using a narrowband filter for a reflection nebula, and was very, very pleased with how that one turned out. Because it was, ooh, it wasn't even on here. It was on my phone. That one was on the phone, which I did share that over to Instagram, wherever Instagram has run off to. Yeah, I think if I can get the stacked image before it's even been stretched, if I can get that file. Actually, it should be on the ASI Air Plus. If I connect that up to the network on tomorrow, then we'll be able to get that data. And I know we got a lot of we have bright stars in there, but like there's a lot of nebulosity. A lot of the reflection nebula that we can pick out of that target and bring out a lot more detail. I think that'd be pretty incredible to see what we can get out of there. Now we had how long did I spend on this one? I spent a little bit of time on the Horsehead and the flaming star. If anything, it's actually this might have been just a 16-minute exposure. Perhaps. I know this was a live stack that it was like an inadvertent 85 3-minute exposures. So I may have fallen asleep while I was watching Cosmos. I was watching Possible Worlds. So it was luckily that when I woke up, and also I have the peer extension on the telescope, as it was well past the meridian and it was tracking toward the leg of the scope. So at least I woke up in time to catch that. And I gotta say, this, whatever pinch in my shoulders, like, it is getting very uncomfortable with my arm right now, and it's annoying. And it's it's like right side, so I'm like, I'm more concerned about just how long I'm going to be annoyed by this. Like, there's not a whole lot of positions I can sit in at the moment that are comfortable. But no, I wanted to be able to have our Friday evening with you guys and hang out and talk about what's coming up for the stream, what we're looking forward to in the coming weeks. But what I'm really, really looking forward to is some clear skies. That's what we want to have, because it's just way too cloudy out, and it's just, well, it's highly annoying. You can see if there's any little bit of possible light pollution, it is largely blocked by the trees, especially in the summer. So we're just right now, because we are in the dead of winter, there's nothing blocking that light, so we can kind of see a little bit of the next town over. But aside from that little dip. Aside from that little bulge of light. I would, if there were any goats left out there, they would have frozen their little tails off right now. Who are you bopping? Who are you bopping out there? Wait, oh, hang on a second. Now I did enact a new little feature on the channel. If anybody does discover what it is a command. It has been used in the past. On an unrelated note, we're having goat stew for dinner tomorrow. I'm pretty sure when you walked out to the if you're walking out to the shed with anything but food, maybe an axe, the goats are a little worried, a little suspect. But no, there is another command that has been used before that will enact a new little thing on the channel. But until it's used, y'all ain't gonna know. It may be in the command list, it may be somewhere else, but it has been used in the past. But just trying out some other little things that are on here. That wasn't my hand. So there goes all the Lego pieces. So what does the green taste like? What does the green Lego taste like? It's not that I couldn't try it myself, but... Hello. It's not that I wouldn't try it myself, but... These things are about as hard as actual Lego pieces themselves. What do you mean I eat candy too slowly? I enjoy the candy. I savor the candy. I taste the candy. It has a sour under... Is it supposed to be like an apple? This was like a sour apple? Or maybe it was my hand soap that you're tasting. I don't know. It could be. If it is apple, it's made by someone who has never eaten an apple. Yeah, that's like some candy is like, oh, it's strawberry flavor. Like, that's not strawberry. That's not strawberry. I have no place for cats at the moment. I have to get like a cat stand so that they can like sit over there or something like that. If they want to come in. But then I got to get a cat door installed. And then I got to be able to lock it from the inside. So that we don't have any cats just wandering in. She is not sad. She is not sad. Is she? I don't not want her, but I have nowhere for her to sit. Do I have, is the camera wide enough to actually fit her in on there? I could hear a cat at the door. I can hear some bumping against the door. No, probably not. She's no, she'd fit on the desk. She's fine. It's just that there's water and coffee. There's water and coffee on the desk. I fear that she would either drink my coffee or spill my water. We're glad to have you guys in here on the stream tonight. How is your Friday going? How's your Black Friday? Is anybody suffering a tryptophan overdose from Thanksgiving in the United States yesterday? Or any American friends abroad who are celebrating the most traveled? Is it the most high travel day or something of the year in the United States? Because I always would have thought I thought it was like Christmas. Like Christmas was going to be the busiest travel day of the year. But it seems like there's more emphasis that's put on Thanksgiving with our American neighbors than there is for like Christmas. I know there's a lot of traveling that used to go on for the Christmas holidays here. It was trying to pin someone down for a time when they're going to be free during the Christmas holidays, and it was like it turned into like a logistical nightmare unless you were just already living together or just in close enough proximity that it was always that wonder of pardon me, who's going to go where for Christmas? Where are we going to go? Who's going to see whom? Who's hosting? Although I got to say, when Mrs. Canuck and I traveled over Christmas break a few years back, that was an interesting trip. We went to Turkey. We went to was it Antalya, Turkey, for the Christmas holidays. And I think the mishmash of things that were going wrong on like the first day we got in there should have been a great indicator of how that whole trip was going to go. I think we rocked up to the airport and there was a power failure that day, and there was nothing. It was eerily quiet in the airport. And then we were flying, then we weren't flying, and then we were put up in a hotel. We went into the airport Christmas Day on the 25th, and I'd never seen an airport that quiet, that empty. I guess the next time when I saw an airport that was kind of like that quiet was when I flew back to Canada from the UK during not so much the height of the pandemic, but there still wasn't a lot of travel going on, so it was still a fairly quiet airport to be in, which was again another interesting experience, especially taking a flight overseas with probably no more than 30-40 people on the flight altogether on an airplane that usually holds about maybe 400 people. That was an interesting trip for sure. Because it was, I had like almost like the whole section of the airplane to myself, save for like a couple other people. So it was very, very quiet, very as relaxed as you could get on a flight where we were still unsure of a great deal of what was going on, and still largely unsure of what's going on. But I've been looking, like I said, I was looking at on Lego's site for any deals. Nothing. Possibly checking out Ontario Telescope and Accessories to see if there was anything that may have been possible. See, here's one thing. Let's see this item here. Now, I have the early version of the Evo Guide 50 ED. Well, it's it's a good idea to take a look at what's available. Now, I was looking at this one because it has the dovetail plate. This version would only sit in your viewfinder slot on the scope, and it didn't always. It sat off to the side on the 72 ED, and it threw the balance off a little bit. So I wanted to have everything kind of stacked up in line there. Now, the interesting thing is that they did release a field flattener for this scope. If you're just going to use this small little 50 millimeter guide scope as an imaging scope, it's fairly lightweight. I wouldn't say it's like light. It's lightweight, but it is. It's a little. When I got it, it's a little more substantial than I thought it was actually going to be, which kind of felt I did throw things off for the weight of things. Now, what I was looking at for initially, what I was kind of thinking was like tonight's like maybe like $100 or so would be like the budget of what I was looking to do. Was basically possibly getting a just a UV IR cut filter. But then I was just wondering, is there anything else? Is there something? Maybe can we push the budget, and we're probably not doing a new scope, but just something else that we can add to the kit that's going to help make life a little easier. But it also needs to be in stock because I don't want to wait for things that are. They're going to take a while to get in to come in stock here. Now, really, for the most part, I think we're for light pollution filters, unless we're looking at possibly like the. I wonder what the price point is going to be for Octolong's L Ultimate filter. I could only imagine it's got to be running up into the like $400 range because it is 3 nanometers with this filter that's being released. There, let's see what we got here. Oxygen, H alpha. No, I can only imagine. Yeah, it's. I would imagine if it's gonna, is that one probably going to be the 3 nanometer range as well? Are they doing pretty much the same thing as the L Ultimate? The 5 and 5, all right. Well, is it Sean Nielsen did a quick review, or not even a quick review, just a little bit of a teaser for the upcoming L Ultimate filter. Holy potatoes! Oh, doing that again. Quiglius! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Quiglius, thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh. Right. I'm thinking, what was happening? Quiglius, thank you. Thank you very much for the 10. Oh my goodness, for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much. For Welsh Boy. For Urkella, Brian the Primate, Egg Biscuit, Tropical Geek, Zokia, wonderful to see them get one. Why not? Because why not? Get a gift sub. Thank you very much. Arctufus, Chalky Soup just coming on in with a nice raid earlier on tonight. And Cyan Streams, Ballant getting a gift sub as well. Thank you so much. A Deadly Fork. Hello. Yes. Quickly, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Everybody on to the spike of appreciation. Yes, Chalky Soup. Let's go. And Fork. What's going on, Deadly Fork? How have you been? Good to see you again. thank you so much, everybody, onto the spike of appreciation, the pillar of happiness, the rod of love. No, this is... Well, somebody's been stealing my Lego pieces. Somebody's been stealing and eating my Lego pieces. No, this is our... Sunday mornings is for our Lego, but also we did have a small sub goal for our for things with a reveal a small Lego set, and we reached that goal. So let's see, what do we have for a? Actually, here's a good one. This is one, because we are into astrophotography, and we're taking images of the night sky, and a lot of people kind of started off taking images of the night sky with film cameras. I figured at one point what we will be building just for fun on the photography streams, or in the spirit of photography, we have the classic camera, which has just recently arrived. So it's a cool little set. Looking forward to building. I love how just even making a little film canister, a little Kodak film canister. Ate too much yesterday. Was it all delicious though? Was it well worth it? Was it well worth it? Now I gotta say, I was jealous of those having their turkey dinners yesterday, in the sense that, you know what, I remember what my Thanksgiving was a few weeks ago, and it was just absolutely delicious. Your mother-in-law found a Lego advent calendar at your local Aldi. It's awesome. Ooh, which one? Which one? That's cool. A lot of Lego advent calendars are sold out. That's another thing. There's very little stock left of what I was looking to purchase for Lego. It was fantastic. Excellent. Excellent. Now, is there a favorite dish that you like to have that if it's not there, Thanksgiving isn't complete? Okay, so there isn't a whole lot to examine beyond that, but building a little camera, 179 pieces. Now, I would say that 179 pieces wouldn't be too much of a build, but that was 151 pieces, and that took all stream. So I cannot guarantee that that this one wouldn't take an entire stream. Deviled eggs. Oh, I love deviled eggs. Love deviled eggs. I hate making them. Actually, to be fair, I hate peeling eggs. I hate doing that part. But everything else is fine. You give me some nicely peeled eggs, completely free of eggshells, and yeah, I'm happy to make them. Pumpkin pie and stuffing with sausage. The sausage is required, or you won't show. But how are you doing tonight? Why not? Good to see you in here. And a recipient of a gift sub tonight, so you have access to our new mustachioed emotes. Your wife makes them. They're so good. Oh, there was what there years ago, in the before four times, one of the grocery stores had like a salad bar buffet, and you can make your own salads. But they also sold boiled eggs, shelled and just already peeled. And one day I bought a whole bunch of those and made egg salad sandwich out of that. Now, it's not to say I could have made deviled eggs with them, but it was just that, like, it was the most enjoyable egg salad sandwich I had ever made. I could imagine it would just be equally as enjoyable for making deviled eggs. I also think I try to keep the recipe for deviled eggs as simple as possible, because I think there's not much I would want to do to try to improve it. You know, it's how do you really improve perfection like that? But yeah, so no, it's we did have 10 gifted subs being dropped in by Quiglius. That is well appreciated. And yes, it's Always wonderful to see you guys in here on a Friday evening. Mayo, yeah, I guess mayo, shit ton of mustard and salt. Yeah, I feel like it's almost even like the mayonnaise comes to be like the mayo is like the important thing with all of that, because if you get that right tang with the mayo and the creaminess of it, yeah, there's not a lot that you need to put in there. Not a lot that you need to do. It almost takes care of itself, really. I think we need to add more eggs to the grocery list for next week. All this talk about deviled eggs, I will put up with peeling the eggs. Have you ever just added a tad bit of sweet relish to the egg salad or deviled eggs? Can't say that I have. I think at most I'll throw in a little bit of paprika and sometimes instead of salt I've tried celery salt, but it's hard to get the measurements on that. What's up, CJ? I see a Twitter status. What do we have? What do we got here?
Report in. Red 10 standing by. Red 7 standing by. Red 3 standing by. Red 6 standing by. Good night.
Where did I get a giant spliff from?
Hold tight. Put your deflectors on double front.
Where'd the cat come from?
Negative. Didn't go in. Hell yes.
Now, usually I'd be like, damn it, CJ. But no, that's fantastic. How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Hope you're on the uptick there. That's incredible. Oh boy. Yeah, never fails. Maybe eventually we'll have I think it's almost imperative that we have cats in here. We'll have to let them in eventually. Oh, but good to see you. Good to see you in here today. It is our Friday evening hangout with a little bit of astronomy chat and everything else in between. Haven't really found any fantastic Black Friday deals. It seems to be very difficult in finding things for astrophotography and astroimaging that is a genuine good deal on things, because I'll buy a few things used, but then again we will also I tend to lean towards getting things as fresh as possible, so I'm the one mucking things up. There's no such thing as this year or last. No, it's just a constant flow of time. We no longer market with dates anymore. That being said, Astro's New Year's Bash will start on December 31st at beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, Black Friday deals. It's Third Rock. I found almost nothing. It's infuriating. Or you do find those deals that are deals, and you look back on what the prices were, and it could have been actually cheaper like a couple months prior. But I was hoping to see. Actually, what does Ontario Telescope have? Do they have any kind of Black Friday deal? Is there something interesting we can get? I think, I'm trying to remember the prices of the cameras, because I'm thinking back. I only paid attention to the cameras in pounds. If you knew you'd be on, you wouldn't take your sleeping pill thing like an hour ago. That is all right. That is, if you need to get some rest, CJ, for sure. We'll be back tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow and Sunday, and hopefully, if it works out, Sunday night, maybe Monday morning. But alas, it's knocking you out just like the same one just hit you in the face with this. Well, for as long as you want to, I appreciate that video. That's always fantastic. As long as you want to stick around, we're always happy to have you in here. But if you're gonna conk out for the night, that is all good. Months ago, probably before you moved, you're talking about making an astronomy-based garden. Not that you finally settled, but will that come? Think that will come to fruition? The astronomy-based garden, it is aimed to be. You can just barely see the greenhouse behind us there. We are still going to be planting those some of those space-themed. Where's my bookmark? I thought I had a bookmark for the space things, but no, we're going to try out some different hot peppers, and grow some. There was like nebula potatoes. All right, CJ, have a good sleep. Thank you. Good to see you. Wonderful to see you. But yeah, we'll have. We'll see what we can do in our greenhouse, but yeah, we'll make our space themed garden, because that'll be fun. I think that'll be a good project to do. That's kind of for a little bit of some outdoor gardening. You guys can, I don't know, see me get my hands dirty. I mean, like I'm a graphic designer, and my hands are as soft as a 2-week-old peach, So yeah, the price of the kit. Not that the 294 MC, the 294 MM. What's in the kit? Is it actually does it come with filters? Or is it just the camera? Because I wouldn't call that a kit. Oh no, that's okay. Includes the filter wheel, LRGB filters. Oh, okay. That doesn't seem that's way out of the budget of what I was looking to buy today. That was way out of the range. I mean, I am starting at $100, and that's what I am putting in for this purchase tonight. If there's anything that is going to kind of fit within something that is going to work out for astrophotography, to kind of maybe add a little more to the stream, or maybe something that is going to be of ease for us, or maybe it'll be if it's in stock. I really doubt it is. May you suggest don't buy the kit? No. Because I want to get some good filters to start. Yes, what they had all that. Was it just all the ZWO filters that they had in there? Yeah, it's on back order. Is this new? The 5-volt advance. Let's see. They work, but they're far from good. No, I think anything. I'm filters. I'm looking for. Basically, everything is going to be 2-inch filters, because I know there will be other cameras that are going to kind of come in down the line. And I wouldn't like to have a larger sensor and a whole bunch of 1 1/4-inch filters that are just going to cut off some of the imaging train. So something like an EAF or dare I check for a filter wheel, which kind of would almost, I feel it would need to go hand in hand with the automatic. Interesting. Maybe they don't have ZWO filter wheels. Yeah. Okay. I don't see. Oh my goodness. Yeah, go straight to 2-inch. You don't have to buy another filter ever again. Unless I know I'm not going full frame. I can't see that I'm going to be doing that. If anything, I would probably go maybe as high as an APS-C size sensor of what I'm using right now for the camera. What I consider QHY, I would moving everything from the. So I'm going to stick with the ASI Air for a while, until we actually get things kind of built for the observatory and / studio, which also depends on how things go for internet connection, because if I'm going to be farther away from the house, then I need my own internet connection. So kind of staying on the list for Starlink may be a good choice. Maybe something we would want to hang on to, not drop out of the position that I'm held in. Now they've changed our area for Starlink to 2022. I'm saying almost mid 2022. So that's no longer anytime this year that we're going to expect Starlink to show up. As long as you got a router and a very long Ethernet cable, you'll be sorted. Actually, there's another thing. I need to get another Ethernet cable, because everything that I was using before is now kind of sitting in this room, because, well, I can't remember, there's not too much that I can show you, but I have the router sits over there now, but then the internet cable is over there. So I'm running all around the room, but then I don't have a cable long enough now from the telescope into the office. So that's one thing I have to buy, but that's not what today's budget is for. Today's budget is for seeing if there's anything we can find that maybe we're going to throw into our cart and order that's going to add a little bit more to the stream. So there is the ZWO filter wheel. Now I think it's almost like those who are using filter wheels or have had experience with filter wheels, how great is the focus change from filter to filter? Is it if I was to start off with an EFW with a filter wheel, would we be able to get by with some of the filters, or would it need to kind of go hand in hand with the automatic focuser? Because I don't even think I think a 5-position wheel is going to do us just fine. I can't see it at night where I'm going to be, especially because I'm still with a 1-shot color camera. I could see at most go straight for a 7. I don't know. That's also $500. I thought about it, but I can't see. Buy once, cry once. Okay, fair enough. See, I thought about that. I see. I totally get what you mean, Caleb, for going down that route. Opening the filter wheel, changing the filter, dust and shit. Exactly. That's the We do not want. Does it actually come with a screwdriver? They actually give you a screwdriver. That's better than IKEA. Also, I figured for $500, that's better than IKEA. Although that looks like the screwdriver that everybody has, at least 3 of them, or like the yellow and black one. You got one of those sitting around in your toolbox. Even if you like just bought the toolbox and you live on your own, somehow these screwdrivers start to populate the drawers. Just make sure you have the new version with the screw holes on the filter wheel. What do you mean? Where are these screw holes you mean? With like what goes around in there for the... So you put the... That's just... There have been a few items that have been... you get like the new version. Or like some people... Like with some people with the ZWO 2600s, they are... they're getting those streaks, the oil that's kind of coming onto the sensor. But then ZWO has now said that the new versions are no longer having that issue. Although for everybody else who has had that, which is designed to be bolt-on for the 2600. All right. Is it just because the sheer weight of things? Because I'd imagine a 7-position filter wheel. What's the weight on this? Does it say? Product weighs 500 grams, 650 grams. That's almost an extra kilo you're adding. And if that's just, I know that the filters themselves aren't going to be hefty, but I wonder how you kind of deal with that balance issue. I think all the 2-inch wheels are bolt-on compatible. Words are hard. I get you. I feel you. But I'll say, what's okay? Now I was talking about a bolt-on, so it can never flex. All right. Oh, I had to come. Okay. What was the? Okay. Whoops. Oh, this might cause. All right. Can anybody do a achievement unlocked channel point on there? Let me see if it's connected again, or if it's going to print out a receipt. See if everything's reconnected. Right now, the little merch thing was supposed to pop up there, and I realized the. And a rare one at that. The lights didn't want to go. Close enough. At least it didn't like mysteriously print out a receipt. That's another thing. I was like, I want to switch that over. I haven't switched that over from the Ornboard to StreamerBot yet. And it's just, it's so, it just seems so much more easier, so much easier to switch that, something like that over. Because what did I made another one. I made a recent, Oh yeah, the Mobro one. That was a there's 6 possible filters that come up with that. It's random actions, and that's basically how the achievement works. See, Joe, how chunky the thing is. All right, that's basically how the achievement works. However, with I'm gonna give you guys a peek behind the curtain here again, because you know this is the everything that kind of goes into. Actually, not even everything. These are just the buttons that go into the Xbox achievement. But it's to create the math in here for a Leorin board was fairly complicated. And again, I do thank Jay Tenko for his assistance and for actually basically he created this. He created this this channel point reward, and I just made it look pretty with the details there. All right, you got in general in here. So your stuff is bolt-on because that's the only way the QHY is designed to go together. It gives 55mm back focus. So by bolted on, does this screw go into the QHY, or is it just that how it's like there's no everything's all screwed in? You don't have any like pressure connections, or you're not using any of the. Okay. No, I wouldn't want to have anything flexing in there either. So at most, this is just going to be tightened into the scope. What guide camera are you running? And how much more? Okay, see, I've also been looking into starting to, for off-axis guiding. I would imagine if we're going to be shooting at 1600 millimeters, that our guide scope is probably going to be pushing it to the limit of how much we're going to have like reliable guiding, possibly, with just any discrepancy between our field of view there. That IMX 290M. You just did it for balancing and compactness. So I can see, with the way I have the telescope hooked up right now, where I have the 3 scopes stacked on top of each other, it's actually, I'm thinking about moving back to just switching out the scopes, because like it is such a much larger surface area that's available, and it's twisted, and it's twisted a little bit in the wind before, which is not good. I don't want that. You don't want that happening with the scope just starting to go all willy-nilly in the wind. So getting a third counterweight, I'd imagine would help, because it wouldn't be we would shrink how much weight is on either end. But again, it's just there's so much more there. So you take the carousel off the wheel, take the carousel off the wheel, bolt the back of the wheel case straight to the camera, then everything else is bolt on to the front case. If you get a mono and 2-inch stuff, you need a third counterweight. Yeah, I was looking at I was looking for counterweights as well, and I think that I don't know if they had one in stock, if Ontario Telescope and Accessories have one, or No, they only have, this is the only thing that's coming up for counterweights. Unless, just because I am... No, they got a few more there. Do they have these in stock? More details. Everybody has them on back order. Everybody has them on back order.
So the next step that I'm doing is actually removing this little adapter on the back by taking out these screws that are inside the wheel. And what that allows us to do, once we remove that, is bolt directly to the front of the camera.
I see. I don't know if his music is copyright. I got dinged. I uploaded one of the VODs to YouTube, and I got dinged for the clip of the IT crowd. No, that's cool. That's good. I dig that.
Stargazer. I'm not affiliated. I'll drop a link just so anyone can grab those if they want. They really help center the filters, and
That is cool. Does he do the rest? See, now, like, a lot of the things I'm using are, everything's ZWO, and it is, like I said, it is very possible and pretty much likely that I will adopt Nina for the observatory. Something that is just hardwired into everything. It's the same deal with the
filter wheel. Now, the advantage of this setup is that you've got a very secure mechanical connection, and no matter what, your sensor is always going to be aligned the same with your filter wheel, or especially with your off-axis guider. That means that this prism stock is always going to be out of the way if you have the camera bolted on correctly. That's really nice, because if you're trying to do different shims to get back focus with threaded adapters, that sometimes means that the sensor just ends up in a random orientation. That's about as simple as I can explain it.
All right, I get that. That's so much better. See, but then that means I'm switching over to QHY. Not that I have a problem with QHY, but then I'm switching over to QHY. Sorry, Landra, no worries. It's all good. It's all good. I may sort out a new coffee shortly. Now, I was wondering what else we were going to do. What we're going to do tonight. Now, we did meet our reveal of a small Lego set, and I do appreciate that we reached that. So I think what we will aim to do over the weekend is oop, that is not the number I was looking for. You ever go off-axis guiding due to the chance of losing multi-star guiding? See, that's there have been a few times. Actually, there have been quite a few times when even just through the guide scope, there are so few stars available, depending, especially if you're shooting a galaxy. And, you know, we're not shooting into the Milky Way anymore. There's so few stars. Unless you're at f5.5. It'd be cool to make the Lego camera a functional camera. Imagine it. You know what? I don't know about this one. You probably have to build something maybe a little bit of a larger housing, but you get like a Raspberry Pi, and you get that all connected in there. You could just have a Lego camera, just as a case for a Raspberry Pi. But I wanted to get this one because it was also just 2,000 VIP points, so there was that. I was including it with another set that was bought. So. And because we're doing astrophotography, where everybody's using a camera of some... Oh no, I've dropped some Lego candy bricks that have fallen apart. Whatever shall we do with them? You know, it fits within the theme. I think it's... I think this one doesn't need to be space-based. This one doesn't need to be space-based. It fits well within the theme of everything that we're doing. We're on team photography, so we'll build this. This what we'll probably do is there's a few other small sets that I haven't mentioned about what we have. I haven't shown you guys what's kind of kicking around there. It is possible that maybe one day we will have kind of a lightning round build, perhaps. We'll do like 2 or 3 small sets. I say that with about like this much confidence because 179 pieces, depending on what happens during the stream, sometimes that may even just go up for like the whole 3-4 hours. So, you know, here's how far we've gotten with the Imperial probe droid. It's not that much. You're at 6.2 on your stellar view. You could go apex reducer and get it down to 4 or 3.8 if you recall correctly, but then you're under sample. You don't want to drizzle 268 2600 frames. They're already big enough. What's the Third Rock? What's the file size on one of your frames there? Because with this camera, I was sitting at about 35 megabytes. You got 50. Holy potatoes! All right, those are some. Although, what's the about 100 megabytes on the 2600? Peas and rice. All right. It's massive. You almost always drizzle your 268 subs. Now, I drizzled the data from the Christmas tree cluster. I did a 2 times drizzle, just in case there's anything up with it. I think I'll probably stack it again and just see how it looks like at one time, just like without doing any drizzle on there, and just compare it against the two, see what's going to be a little easier to work with there. Especially if I'm not going to drizzle the image, and we're just posting that one to social media, then I think it is. We'll probably get away with that. Although if we are using it if I'm going to be using it for any printing purposes, probably want to have a larger file size. Because we have updated our merch store a little bit as well. There's some new items that have come available. Now I've tried to update the colors of the t-shirt, of the new t-shirt here. I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah. You only drizzle if it's undersampled above 2 arc seconds per pixel. we have to see there. What we got there. You're back. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. I was just nonchalantly advertising some of the new items that we have available on the store, and also seeing if I can get this link to work. See, these colors of the t-shirts aren't. I'm wondering, there's supposed to be a brown one in there. I don't know why it's not updating. I may have to just upload it again. But there is Black Friday sales on the Stream Elements merch store this weekend. But one thing I'm gonna get this one for myself anyway, because I think I gotta see how it's gonna turn out. I want to see how this actually looks. So also we can kind of possibly do away with the whole wooden desk over here, and just have a nice soft mat to build with for future Lego builds as well. I would also have to double check the size on there, because this thing's almost a meter long. It's like a huge mat. So I will aim to order those. But yeah, that's just some of the new things we have on the store at the moment. And there are a few other designs that I'm going to be working on throughout the weekend. Tomorrow, probably another mug, and maybe some more imaging there. So you mean 3 feet long? Yes. Did some FaceTime. Not sure how people did this job before FaceTime. It's doing anything before, like, you have to make a phone call, or you'd have to like arrange to have a phone call with someone. It's so much easier. I love contemporary technology. Otherwise, in the one-shot color camera, it introduces noise, and then spend way too long trying to get rid of it. But no, I will, for the Christmas tree cluster, I'm gonna restack that image. Also, I think the most recent stack, I didn't have a reference frame, so it just kind of arbitrarily picked one. So that's another bit of reprocessing that I want to do, as well as reprocessing the Cygnus wall that we did on stream, which never really made it to any social media post whatsoever, because I think there was, I know there was issues with the image that I wanted to work out. And yeah, I haven't had I forgot to bring in a measuring tape before, and just to measure out our desk space, and to see if actually one of these desk mats would work well, or if I have to kind of do a little bit of moving, a little bit of jiggery pokery here to reorganize the desk, which is actually what I wanted. I do want to organize the whole desk, because the camera, I've moved the camera, but then everything else around me still needs to adjust that. So the other thing what I was thinking about for the desk mat was, if it wasn't going to be like the image, would it have been just one of like the plain desk mats? But they don't have like a gray. There's like a navy blue, or just white. I'm thinking white, that's gonna get dirty so quickly, because you got coffee kicking around everywhere. My hands are always on the desk, so you don't want it it's like this dark mark around a white mat, you know. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I'll get that ordered in. But yeah, for this weekend, there is free shipping. This all supports the stream. Also, I just like to get stickers. I like to order stickers, so I will be placing a sticker order probably next week. And we'll organize more of the office in some way, shape, or form. I've ever had Black Rifle Coffee Company. Black Rifle Coffee Company coffee.
Holy potatoes!
I have not. I've not had that coffee. I have. I got some cold brew coffee in the fridge here. That actually tastes kind of nice. But where's the? Is it like Kicking Horse coffee? Is it like high caffeine, or is it something? Like what's their gimmick with it being named Black Rifle? It is one of those coffees that kind of is so good, eh? I think what I consider to be a really good coffee, which I can't name anything offhand, but it's basically any coffee that I do not have a problem drinking black. Yeah, it's so good and supports veterans. Is that my Discord? That's cool. That's when ran and owned by veterans. Interesting. Black Rifle Coffee. Is that available in my neck of the woods? Black Rifle Coffee. No, thank you. Really? Are they actually Canadian? Huh. St. Albert, Alberta. I will keep an eye out for that in the. Now, is it one? Now I didn't know what I'm looking for. If it's I don't know if it would. I don't know if I would see the coffee emblazoned with Canadian as would be available in my local grocers, but who knows? That's cool. Well, I'll give them a whirl. Check that out. Throw that in the freezer. Keep that handy. And it's also adding to all the coffee that's already in the freezer right now. I think Mrs. Canuck would argue that finish these other bags of coffee first, and then we'll start to do some sampling of other coffees there. But no, I'll leave that page open there. Check them out in a little more detail. Yes, you would argue that. Yes, I am well aware. So I won't even push this coffee right now, but I'm going to leave that bookmark, because when we run out of coffee, why not support a Canadian company and buy some of their coffee? Yeah, Deadly Fork. Thanks for the heads up on that one. There you go. Drop them in our bookmarks. All right. Speaking of coffee. Speaking of coffee, this is a little empty. I think I'm going to refill the coffee cup, and what we're going to do when we get back is hang on. You know, before I say here's what we're going to definitely do. Let me see if there's any issues that I need to do here. You think it's American owned, but has a Canadian branch. Be sure not to fill from the bathroom, but that's the sweetest tasting water. What's up, Sonic? How are you doing? How are you doing? I am doing well. I'm doing very well tonight. We've teased an upcoming Lego build at some point or another. We've discovered a new to me coffee company, which is always good. Always good to see that. And we've also, we also got Hyperwork in the house.
Including our own sun. And eventually all that will be left is a sparse soup of particles and radiation. Even the energy of that soup will be sapped away over time by the expansion of the universe, leaving everything just a fraction of a degree above absolute zero. But TGIF, am I right?
I feel like I should make him start to grow. You know? Black Rifle Coffee Company is a veteran-owned coffee company. Well, I'll give it a whirl. See what kind of beans they're using. How delicious it is. What's going on, Hyperwork? How you doing? El Taco makes. What's going on, Taco? How you doing, sir? What's up, science friends? What is up, science friend? How are you doing?
Hey kids, Neil deGrasse Tyson here. Did you know that 8.30662386292 squared is 69? That is to say, the square root of 69 is 8 something. Now please, grow up.
Taco, thank you very much for the 69 bits. I appreciate that one. I think that's like the second time that one's ever been utilized. Thank you. I'm glad it still works too. I'm still discovering what may or may not be working on here. But hey now. Taco. Just delivered the first part of web development exam. Got a few days off until we start coding next week. All right, you get a little bit of rest and relaxation there, or are you kind of like back at it right away there, Hyperwork? Thank you, Taco. Thank you very much for the 8 months. Holy potatoes. Excuse me. Focus. There you go. Appreciate that very, very much. Warning, Death Wish coffee may only try. If you don't mind the coffee jitter, it's too much caffeine for you. Any goat attacks these days? No, there was one. Nothing like last week. Nothing like last week happened there. Now, what if I had? There was a company that was making Black Sheep coffee, and that was back in London. They made some high caffeine coffee. I think I probably made it through like 2 cups, and I was like, oh, I'm feeling that coffee. I'm feeling the caffeine in that one there. And you were here last week for the goatness, the goatening. Yeah, I don't know why it was doing that. I could probably, I don't know. I don't even know why it was doing that, because StreamerBot should have picked up on that. No coffee enemas. You're going to test some designs with Flexbox. You're used to placing objects with grid, but it was actually banned during the exam. Kind of weird, but it is what it is. Is like placing things on a grid like considered cheating of some sort? But no. Coffee goes in here. Coffee. Baba Zelnik, what's going on, Ma? How are you? Hello. Good evening. Good evening, Mother. But I was just saying that we were aiming to to refill the coffee cup, and then I was going to... Oh, what happens if I hit this? I hit this button. It's probably going to do things. Alright. A program on my computer is currently crashing? No. It's working again. Ooh. Okay. Grid is explained during class, but they did not allow until now. Unknown reasons, but did ask to confirm, and it's correct. So, Flexbox it is. Interesting. I have to have a deeper look into what is involved with that. I have been so far out of coding. I started getting into... When I was in university, I was doing the HTML coding, but then I started getting into Cold Fusion and PHP. I quickly migrated over to PHP because that seemed a little easier to understand than Cold Fusion. And now, is Cold Fusion still a thing anymore, or is it morphed into something else, some other programming language? But we're going back like 20 odd years now. It's been a while since I went to...
Holy potatoes!
Since I was in college. Old balls, what's going on, Pops? Are you good? Nice to look at, even nice to look at like this. Oh. Why is that so short? I thought I made that longer. What's going on, Pops? How are you? Okay, so I was going to fire up Kerbal. However, I'm going to save that for tomorrow. I'm going to save Kerbal for tomorrow because it is almost a gigabyte for the download, and it's quoting me at 45 minutes at the moment. Grid is just a box, say 4 elements down, two from the left. It's pretty easy to understand, pretty much like playing Battleship with code. Okay, so it is quite literally you're just using a grid. I didn't know if there was something more beyond that for the coding. Yeah, good. Just waiting for the Leafs game at 10:30. I was mentioning that. I was saying it's kind of a special feeling for a Leafs game to start a little later in the evening, especially playing San Jose. I don't know why. I still feel, as long as San Jose has been in the NHL, I still feel like they are a new team. I don't know what it is. The Phoenix Coyotes, for some reason, I feel like they're much older than the San Jose Sharks. I'm thinking like San Jose Sharks. I was in grade school. I got like Pat Falloon's rookie card on the San Jose Sharks. That was a big thing. And they've been around for ages. Have I played Elite Dangerous? Not yet. I believe it was on or it still is on the Xbox Game Pass. I need to get that sorted out as well. If I can, actually, I should be able to hook the Xbox up to the network. Pardon me. Ooh. All right. Let's keep that in mind. Let's keep that in mind for tomorrow. Possibly tomorrow, we'll aim to do a little bit of maybe a little quick reprocess on some images, and then maybe see if I can get the Xbox. See, I'm not so much that I'm running out of network cables, but some of them are to the point where they're like busted up, and there's little bits of cabling exposed. So I've been kind of going through a little bit of a restock of cables around the house. Adobe Cold Fusion is still a thing. You got no knowledge about it, however. Okay, I remember it being very powerful. However, I just liked how much I got on easier with PHP coding rather than Cold Fusion. Right. So yes, like I was gonna say, with Kerbal, it's 616 gigabytes to download, and My download speed is 50 Mbps. So I would probably have to cancel that for now. Because I think that would that could start mucking up with some of the signal on here. But we'll keep that in mind for tomorrow. Elite Dangerous, I believe it's on the Game Pass. Or how much is it? It's probably a little more on Steam. Or does Steam have a Black Friday sale? They have an autumn sale, November 24th to December 1st. No Man's Sky is available, although I have that on Game Pass. So they have space games. We got Destiny 2. We opted to learn HTML and CSS and to learn programming logic. It's JavaScript. It's all very common choices to learn. CSS was another one of those languages I well, should have better utilized the things. I kind of went the route of like hand coding every page, and not until I started implementing some PHP in there, where I was just including like much like nested scenes in OBS, just including things that are editable from another page that doesn't need to do it to every single page there. Kerbal, I already have Kerbal. That does 75% off. Why am I still in pounds? Pin the tail on the goat. I think that was the only one I did. Is the goat. I think it just needs to be exact. Genesis Noir, I don't know if it's still on the Game Pass. That one looks very interesting. And also I got to figure out why I'm still in pounds. I shouldn't be listed in British pounds anymore. I am in the Canada. CSS is much better now. HTML has also improved with version 5. Video tags and whatnot, it's pretty easy. Animations is a really cool part for you. I think it's one of those things that I stopped coding for so long that it's essentially I have to go back and start from the beginning for the mass majority of things. But I think it for what knowledge I did have, retained a few. Going back out maybe almost 8 years now. It did help me out at one of my design jobs because it saved our US branch from having to do a lot of editing, because I could look after localization for Europe and make all those changes without them having to run support tickets. But basically after that, there wasn't any other aspects of my job that required me to kind of get back into the coding end of things. So it's one of those, much like learning PixInsight for astrophotography processing. It was getting very foggy. I didn't keep, if you don't keep at it, obviously it's going to you kind of miss out on that. All right, Elite Dangerous is, well, it's five pounds, so Canadian, that's like $80. But if it's on Game Pass, I'll have to check on that. We're all technical students in your group, but you wish you had more design-oriented persons well, help each other out, and so on. There was in my design, in my my website development, design, and maintenance program that I was in college, I ended up shifting more toward the design end of things, but then there were other people in the group who were more into the back end coding. So for some group projects, it worked out really well. I had this idea, and then I said, okay, animate this, because it is not working for me. And he, next class, he came back and everything was nicely animated in. It was kind of like a little makeshift project where I was incorporating a lot of Resident Evil into the site, but it was like very, very cloak and dagger, Umbrella Corporation kind of thing, and that was a fun project. All right, Elite Dangerous is like 75% off. Premium edition, so that's 30. It's probably like $60. I'm gonna check afterwards if it's in Game Pass. I'll download that and maybe see tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow turns out to be we'll try out a little bit of gaming. We'll try some if not Kerbal, jumping back into that, which has been long absent. We will we'll jump into that tomorrow. Also, I need to reinstall Universe Sandbox. What's the update on that? Update queued. I don't know if there's a huge update to that. Again, trying to Elite Dangerous is Space Truck Simulator, but it's fun from time to time, especially with friends. I'd imagine when you get like a group of people kind of in there, it'd be a little fun. There was EVE Online. I tried that with my brother a few years back, and that just seemed like there was so much money you kind of had to put into the game. It was definitely not one of those games you can kind of like jump in and just start to explore everything so quickly. So we'll get all that updated. We'll get that sorted out there, and then we'll do a little image processing tomorrow night, or maybe even actually no. I'm kind of not so much the tadpoles, but I'm kind of feeling finding the Cygnus wall. If I can find that file, because maybe we will is this the one? Is this the file that I'm looking for? I believe it is. All right. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do a quick reprocess of this one tonight. I want to see what we can pull out of this with the Cygnus wall, because I believe we had. Was it 20 hours? I think we had quite a bit of time on this target. We're gonna have to check this one out. Because this was what we got last time, but I wasn't happy with the see this gradient. Actually, you know, while we're maybe I don't need to do anything else. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get a coffee. I'm going to get a coffee, and then I'll come back and we'll see if we can improve this image. If not, if I can't save it, if I can't save this image from where we are at, then then I would say that I'll have to come back and try it again and restart the process there. Frontier sadly nerfed quite a few of the easy ways to get cash fast in sight of the slight grind makes you want to step away for periods of a time. You might return again during the winter break. You didn't remove the game, however, it's still lots of fun. From what I'm hearing, that even examples like that, Hyperwork, is that Elite Dangerous is worth the money. Maybe that's not the Black Friday sale I anticipated that we were going to be doing today, but maybe that's what if it's not on Game Pass, then perhaps it is a game that needs to be added to Steam. But yeah, we'll get some coffee. And if you guys need to get some coffee as well, or a tea, or an orange juice, or a bacon smoothie, I don't know. Whatever you want to get. It's not as brutal as Eve. Eve seemed like a true grind, and that's not what I was looking for. There goes my coaster. You can relax a little in the game. Excellent. I'm not looking for a stressful game. Not looking for a stressful game. All right, let's. I'm gonna. Yes, like I said, be back in a few minutes. Have a quick comfort break, and we'll also. So we'll come back and try to rescue this image of the Cygnus wall. Whether or not that's gonna work, we shall see. Yeah, we'll be back in a few. If anybody does pop in, or if anything does get redeemed, well, it might take us back to the screen, and we'll see a big empty chair. So let's say we'll reconvene in like 6 or so minutes. We'll catch you in a few. welcome back. Hello. Oh, good stretch. Good coffee, everyone. Good coffee evening. How are you? How is everybody doing tonight? Good to have you on a Friday evening. My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. It is a Friday evening astronomy chat and a little bit of image processing tonight. Maybe a little image reprocessing. We're going to try to get a little bit of our Cygnus wall cleaned up because there is a great deal of data in here, and I have to. Actually, I'm going to do. I'm going to open up. You ruined it. You filthy habits. What did I ruin? What did I ruined? What did I ruined? Oh my goodness, Taco. What? This coffee? Why, whatever do you mean? Nobody peed on the carpet. No. Yes, okay. So I put eggnog in my coffee instead of cream. Am I a monster? Am I a monster? Yes, I am. Wait, I have something for that. Hold on. Hang on. Am I a monster?
Yes, I am. I put eggnog in my coffee.
Could have put goat's milk in your coffee and got rid of the poor little guy. Well, it wasn't me who got rid of them. I have exercised the demon. This house is clear. Man, speaking of a house being clear, barely got any phasmophobia time. I think I'm just gonna have to play that one on my own. But good to have you guys in here. I am drinking coffee. I have not put milk or cream. I've put eggnog in my coffee. It's delicious. Yes, it's delicious. It's Christmas and caffeine all rolled into one. How can you go wrong with that? How can you go wrong? My only source of eggnog back in the UK was whenever the eggnog latte was back in stock with Starbucks. And even then you couldn't find eggnog. Nobody had eggnog. We had to make our own eggnog. Back in my day, in the UK, we had to make our own eggnog, put our own rum in it, nog all of our own eggs. It was delicious, but it wasn't the same. It's not the same as President's Choice World's Best Eggnog. It is never too early for eggnog. I don't even know how many eggnogs have been consumed. That first day when we discovered that there was eggnog in stock, we are making up for lost Christmases. So Canadian with the Tim Hortons coffee mug. Does it count as being so Canadian as well if it is from Scotland? A new channel theme. Which one we got there? Some eggnog? Will we unleash? Unleash
the nog hog.
Just talking about eggnog, trying different kinds, unboxing eggnog. Who has the creamiest nog? Who overdoes it with the nutmeg? Who doesn't nog up their eggs enough? Which rum pairs well with which eggnog? You're onto something. Holy you're onto something. It just means I'm drinking eggnog and reviewing eggnog. I have eggnog in my coffee. I got eggnog in my coffee. It's delicious. It's fantastic. And it's just eggnog. I haven't Irished up the coffee at all. But what I want to do is getting a little distracted here with making some eggnog reviews. It's almost unbiased. I haven't had eggnog in a good 10 years. I've reliably had eggnog in 10 years. Who knows? All right. Next grocery shopping trip. We are buying up all the eggnog. Oh, I didn't take it. Oh, well. I was complaining. There we go. I was complaining about my shoulder earlier. Still kind of hurts. Still annoying. I know I have tweaked something. That is the that's the wonders of taking 40 trips around the sun, people. Sometimes you wink the wrong way, you throw your back out. Well, I've pinched something in my shoulder, and it's annoying. And I'm annoying Mrs. Canuck as well by rambling on about how much this pain is annoying me. So, you know, suffer together, right? I saw something funny today. A box labeled P Enlarger. Guy opened the box and had a magnifying glass in it. You could hear his disappointment. I think I'm going to get this Christmas gift for some friends now. Well, I mean, it is a proper term. It's proper. You can say it is educational. It is the formal term for anus. It's not in any derogatory sense at all. Magnifying glass. Oh. Or you could send them pepper and a pair of tweezers. But what I want to do is work on a little bit of the Cygnus wall. Actually, that's another thing. What have you guys given or been given as what is meant to be a bit of a joke Christmas gift, which ended up being like the highlight of the Christmas season? I had given my brother one of those useless boxes where just you flick the switch and then a little arm pops out and it closes itself. He still has it. I think it's been almost a decade since I gave it to him, but he still got it. Still works and everything. I say that's like one of the highlights. They're also fun to put in front of cats. Have you seen like the little bank? Actually, basically anything that's going to move in front of cats is going to freak them out, or at least pique their curiosity. Right. I actually, before I continue on with this, I got so distracted with the 69 bits and actually having the 69-bit alert go off. That is a 50-bit increment. These 69 bits from El Taco Makes, formerly El Taco Meat, was the spicy bits. I owe you one of these. I owe you El Taco. I owe you one of these there. I was just so excited to see Neil deGrasse Tyson on the screen, making fun of 69. It totally distracted me that I didn't have the blueberry scorpion pepper, because we don't always advertise it. But it's there. It's there in the background. Make sure we get that all nice and sauced up. So let me get this in my face, and then I'll read your message there. Thank you, Taco. A belated thank you again for the 69 bits. So the Lego kits, are those sent to you on a schedule, or or do you just order what you're interested in? Didn't know if there's a Lego mailing list, sends you random fun kits to put together. I base my purchases. Yeah, there's no schedule for them. I will base my purchases on what I can get for for a gift with purchase. What I was holding out for earlier was the Harry Potter Astronomy Tower.
Astro Canuck, you will find 1 credit for violation of the verbal morality statute.
Oh, the Ulcers for Bits Fund.
Why not? Thank you. Thank you for the 100 bits. So, continue answering your question there in a moment. There was the the Hogwarts Astronomy Tower. Now, this was potentially available when you could get the Gryffindor dorm room set as a gift with purchase with Lego. When you spent $130 on Harry Potter gear. All right, there's a half a bonus bit in there. That's the 19 bits from Taco. So there was the like I said, I will base my purchases on what I can get for a gift with purchase. Now, that Harry Potter one would have netted me 2. Had it been in stock, I would have got the Gryffindor dorm rooms plus the coffee cart, the coffee outdoor cafe Lego set. But the Astronomy Tower was not in stock, so unfortunately, I missed out on that one there. But the camera that we just that we have here, that was part of the VIP weekend for prior to Black Friday. Nice little bit there. It's a lot on that one. And then the 19 bits. The little one. It's so good. It burns. Oh my goodness. The scorpion pepper does burn. Actually, you can probably see me already starting to be a little shiny. So this set was 2,000 VIP points, and then whatever you're buying, it would just be included in that purchase. So there was a purchase that was made, and I received that, and then there may be other sets that we might reveal in time. So. Now, that being said, I have applied or started the process of joining the Lego Ambassador program. Now, as I get more details on that in the future, I will let you guys know any kind of support you might be able to give. And it would be just kind of signing up for an account. There's nothing else beyond that I would be looking for other than names on a page. I'll get you guys more information on that in the stream, on Sunday stream. We'll kind of update things. We'll keep things a little more Lego-centric there, although we freely jump around between topics here. Um, it's been a while since I've had that, and it is not hitting different. It is hitting very familiar, and it's that borderline. I know when things are going to start to go numb, and thankfully we're just borderline on that, so I can actually keep making sense right now. But I'll get you guys a little more information on what we're doing with Lego, because I am really happy with how the Sunday streams have been going, and I've really been enjoying the Lego build, and especially that we've had so few clear nights that it's a little annoying. You want this to hit production. Oh yeah, who did I see? I recently started following what the name? I believe it was Amish Ace, and the one that the unofficial build. He did the unofficial build on this. That's really cool, and that's a fair size as well. So if this one gets this, oh, it has been support. Oh, it achieved support. Lovely. There's also the James Webb Space Telescope that I supported, and that reached the 10,000 supporters, so that should be under review. And I loved Short Circuit. I love those movies, and it was just, I don't know why. Like, this was we all would run around school just pretending to be Johnny Five and trying to write with this, do everything with 3 fingers. Clearly, it didn't always work. But no, that'd be a cool one. That's what I love about the Lego ideas, that they've implemented this, and there are a few sets that have been long retired that I never got my hands on. So it is a matter of getting them in your cart before they're all gone. I like the bookends. That's kind of cute. That's a cool set. That's where I'd put all my books if I had any. I got books. We got books. I just rearranged some of the books because I've moved the camera. So I think some other books were a little more prevalent than others. I think actually once this launches, once this telescope leaves Earth's surface, that little thing will be gone. And then we'll just be worried the whole time until it's in orbit in its Lagrange point. Sin Tony, hello, welcome in to the observatory. Thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing today? Okay, the scorpion peppers have abated, so I can continue talking properly. But no, it's there's so many cool things that have been done with the Lego ideas. Oh, that's pretty much what's happening right now. Actually, what's happened? Did the camera move? I feel like the camera moved. No, it didn't. It is just super dark outside. So it's not snowing yet, but we're expecting some snow squalls later on this evening, possibly another 10 to 20 centimeters in my area. I should go outside in my undies and fix the camera. How do you know I'm wearing my undies? How do you know I'm just wearing my undies right now? You guys can't see anything below my chest. I could be wearing a tuxedo below this beard. How'd you find that one? How did you find the IP address for that camera? No, it's I said, we got cloudy skies. We have intermittently cloudy skies tonight, and with the threat of any snow squalls, it's unfortunately not a great night to be taking the cover off the scope. I was hoping that we would have some time with that, but possibly Sunday, late Sunday night, early Monday morning, we may have some time with the telescope, so we actually kind of do what we're doing on this camera, on this stream, taking live images of outer space, showing you some cool objects. That makes it sound like they're not as amazing as looking at another galaxy 2.5 million light years away. One of my favorite targets, the Andromeda Galaxy, but also another favorite target of mine is the North America Nebula, which I don't have a recent view of the North American Nebula, except for the fact that we have our Cygnus wall. What I believe is, I think we have about 20 hours on this target. But what I'm going to do is I just want to just gaze at at some of the details that we were actually able to capture in here, and hopefully try to fix this little bit of vignetting, because that's a little annoying. And yeah, I've saved that one down. Really, it is just, hopefully I'll be tickled. Well, not pink. I'll be tickled red. If this works. If I can fix it. Actually, I'll probably have to cut in a little bit on there. But let's just see if this will running the gradient exterminator. Run, thank you. If that helps out, or I don't think so. Still largely feel like that. Okay, let's I'm gonna go back. Let's we'll crop this in, because you can see up over here. Up over here in the corner, that's actually that has having an impact on the image overall. So if I just bring that in, cut off that data, because that's where the actually I have to bring that in a little bit as well. Which I don't like. I don't like cutting off stars. I probably actually won't even go in a little farther to just completely get rid of that star altogether. But I really don't like cutting off data. That is my pet peeve with astrophotography, is that you kind of have to get rid of certain areas of your image to preserve the whole thing overall. But I won't save this one as the image that we've already done. But let's run gradient exterminator one more time here, and see if we can save it in any way, shape, or form. Because if we can get this all uniform, it still doesn't look like it's going to be that uniform. Now, this was I was also taking this in some highly light polluted skies. Now we're still getting that vignetting. There's no Ooh, a little extreme. Although I'm maintaining star colors. This is a hydrogen alpha rich target, but that's not what we're going for here. No, I think I would have to. I have to hit this one. I have to hit this image early on with the gradient exterminator to try to get rid of some of that. Ooh. That one wasn't too bad. I think I kind of lose a bit of that bicolor in our target. So I think I'll probably have to go back and just do the whole thing. But then again, the histogram is wildly all over the place. Let's try it this way. Now, if you realign the channels like this, see, this red is I see this is where we're already clipping in the red channel, so that's why you get a lot of those dark halos around some of the stars, or even the actually this is a good way to see. You can see just kind of off to the right, so I can't move my around this section here. You can see how there's a definitive straight line. I have to crop in even a little, like even further, just to get rid of that some of those frames that didn't completely line up the first time. Yeah, if you kind of do your RGB alignment in this fashion, you kind of start to clean things up a little bit there. But I would say I've created a higher contrast image, but really without getting rid of the actually hang on, humor me for a moment. Humor me for just a moment here. Let's see if we can well, it's not the resolution I was hoping for, but it gets rid of that unnatural yellow, puts a little bit of the highlights a little bit of the blue channel a tiny bit. Actually, let me try this over here for a second. I want to get rid of that. Let's do what color balance? I'm going to take away the yellow, bring in some of the blue, then to get rid of a bit of the magenta, you want to reintroduce a little more of the green. And really, if you're doing any kind of color balance, you really only need to do 2 levels. If I can get rid of a little more of that see, it's getting rid of the balancing out the vignetting that's in here. It's still a little overall magenta, a little too magenta. Like if I start bringing back in the greens, and that vignetting in the middle starts to come back, and we lose a little bit of what we don't want in there. No, I think I have to. We definitely want to go back and redo this, or I just crop it in that much more. But is there? Do we have a action tool here that might help with any type of? Let's try this. I don't know if it's gonna do anything. Oh, I hit a button. That is not what I wanted. Let's stamp visible image. Okay, that's a little better there. Okay. See, because if you're looking at the red channel on here, ignore. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of clipping that's going on around the stars in the red channel. I would say, see the green and blue. Actually, to be fair, the green is the only really good channel in this whole image here. So I would definitely have to go back and redo this. Let's see. I'm going to see if this will do what I think it does. That didn't seem to do anything. If anything, it was very, very subtle. I wouldn't go with that. If there's, so, you know, there's a way you can kind of create a, yeah, let's copy that. We want to, put a heavy blur on that layer. Let's see. Now are we creating a whole new mess? Like we are making a whole. Actually, are we? No, maybe not. Hang on a second here. No. No, there's not much more that we can do to rescue that image, I think. Now at this point, this is starting to feel like a Dustin Gibson special on here. Although we are seeing, I am seeing what what I still need to cut out. What's some bad kind of data? At least not any like reliable data in there. See if we start to we back that off a tiny bit, and it's a very different image that we're working with right now. But I think it's definitely got to go back and hit that gradient exterminator much earlier on in the image processing there. However, there is a boatload of data that we're working with, so we will turn something like this into a little better version of this. Actually, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to go back and restack all the data I have for the Cygnus wall, because it is there's good data in there, and if you don't do all the image adjustments kind of early on, and also the fact that I didn't take any subframes for it, which is why I'm getting this vignetting, you kind of lose a bit of the control. And there's ways we can start to bring it back, but I have to look after it earlier on. Ida Kim. Kim, what's going on? Sir Lancelot, how are you doing? Buckaroo Brogan. Scuba Steve, what's going on? How are you? Gerjot, hello, hello, hello. It has been a while. What's going on? How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Good to have you in here. Love the raid animation. Well, thank you. Glad to have you guys in here. How was Kim? How was your stream? Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. And usually when the skies are clear, however, we got clouds and snow squalls in effect in our area, so it has been off and on all day. We're taking live images of outer space, or in certain cases, we're processing our images of outer space. Raid animation is sick. Thank you. I figured, what can I make that is as space invading as possible? Streak.
By the power of Grayskull,
What's going on?
I have the mustache.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think that this is the voice that goes along with this mustache. It's a little more homespun. Good to have you guys in here. But yeah, thank you, Kim. Appreciate you bringing your community on over here. Doing a little Fortnite. How'd you any victory royales, anything like that tonight, or you just have some good fun? Good fun building. Hello? Oh. Okay. Even though I still have a mustache, and then I got rid of the mustache, does it look like weird? You got 2 victory royales. Success. Very nice. And I appreciate you guys coming on in. It has been quite a while. Finally we have our internet all sorted here. Because we're in rural Ontario, we have some supremely dark skies. There's very little light pollution in my area. So this makes it perfect for astrophotography. And we have received some amazing images for the few times that we have had clear skies. to get this image of the Orion Nebula was almost unheard of in my previous locations. So to be able to bring you guys some more interesting images, even more interesting images, this is what we like to do. I like to show you guys something cool that you normally wouldn't be able to see. Now, to be fair, the Orion Nebula, if you're looking at the 3 stars of Orion, there's a little bit of a fuzzy patch down in the sword area of the constellation, and that's this nebula here. You can see it with your own eyes. With your meat cameras are able to notice this bright nebulous patch, but not until you start doing longer exposures can we start to see some more details. Other objects, they definitely need a lot more time. The Andromeda Galaxy, again, one of our nearest galactic neighbors. It is our nearest galactic neighbor. About commensurate size to our galaxy. So if you're to... I've seen the Andromeda Galaxy with binoculars, and it is quite a fuzzy patch. Now, they were small binoculars, but the larger the telescope you can look through, the more discerning you can see a lot of the details. But yeah, these are images that we take live on stream. We recently got a new bit of kit as well that's allowing us to do live stacking. So we'll take shorter exposures, and we can maintain very nice star shapes. We don't have to worry about a lot of the errors in guiding, which can kind of skew the image a little bit, so we can get as nice of an image as possible there. A fuzzy patch like a balding man. I have no idea what you're talking about there. No idea. Cosmic Rose, hello. Hello. You've been a good girl too. You bought nothing all day, but glad to have you in here. Rose. Good to see you. I bought one Black Friday item. That was at midnight. I did buy one item, and that was heavily planned. I did keep an eye on the prices. It wasn't a scammy deal. I actually managed to save a decent amount of money on a keyboard. But other than that, everything else has been largely uneventful. So, yeah, good to see you in here, Rose. Glad to have you guys in. Usually, we are taking live images, as I was just showing with some of these targets. Now, this one's an interesting one because you can't see it. Now, I have stretched this image to try to see any kind of detail, but this one needs a specific filter and longer imaging times. But again, like the Orion Nebula, like seconds are needed to get some decent shots of that. Best type of shopping. I think I got to call that one. That was a success because I held off. Actually, I was made aware of the possible Black Friday deals from Ben Naduva, who is a fantastic Lego streamer, and also I trust his opinion on certain items, especially with Lego, and also keyboards. And I did ask a few other people, but yeah, I was made aware that there's a sale coming up, so I held off, and it paid off. I think I got. We'll see how everything turns out when that arrives. But I think I made a smart, informed purchase that saved a fair bit of money there. But with the new tool that we have for the stream that we got about a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago now, but we used it a few times, was the ASI Air Plus, which is allowing us to take these images and stack them on top of each other. So we can, we're kind of doing away with our 10-minute, 30-minute guesswork of some of the images we're taking, where we can have the image start to build up over time. And we'll do a little longer exposures, but it's nice to see the image start from a almost featureless image with just stars and to build up into something that is much more detailed than we've ever had on the stream before. And especially because there is little light pollution in our area. So like here, the only light that's coming through is just the light from our from in the house just down at the ground here. Otherwise, we can barely see anything. You can barely see the greenhouse in the background, depending on how your brightness on your phone or your monitor is right now. So that's why we are getting, like, there's so much more detail coming through in our images in a shorter amount of time. Friends like that are a treasure to have. I value a lot of the people that I have met on Twitch, and I know at times it can be a very parasocial relationship. However, you know, when you can, there is the back and forth that we have, in the sense that, you know, sometimes we will, you know, you'll hang out in other people, in each other's streams, and so it's the time when I am seeing you or you are seeing me. There's very, very rarely the time when it is face to face, as it were. But I think there's a little bit of a, you know, as long as you have a good connection with people, you can kind of vibe with how people are online, and you can really get a feel for who is who they say they are. Now, you see, much like Neil deGrasse Tyson has said, he's not really like how he seems to be. He'd rather stay at home, but the universe gets under people's skin, and you want to be there to talk about what is going on out there, what is actually true. When you have a super moon, is it genuinely a super moon? There's maybe about a 10% difference in size, almost indistinguishable with your own eyes. But I like to talk about everything that goes on in the universe and show you some images that you generally wouldn't be able to see with your own meat cameras. We have to use specialty cameras. We have to use, well, almost any camera is going to get you an image, but it's the cooling down, the cooling properties of the cameras that we're using, the high sensitivity of the sensors that are built in, that we can put together some of these images, the filters that we're doing to cut out any little bit of light pollution and only letting through the important colors, the important wavelengths of light. You're still thankful for a friend in France that you met on another forum that helped me locate and buy a 5,000 millimeter f4. Holy potatoes, 5,000 millimeters. What are you shooting at 5 meters? What are you getting with that? Now there is, I don't know how well you can see it on your screens. It's unless you really know what part of this nebula you're looking for, I'm going to outline it a little bit. There is a tiny bit of blue, a little bit of cyan starting to peek through here. But you need a lot more time on this target to make that show through. Do I work in the astronomy field, or is this a hobby/interest? This is more of my hobby/interest. However, I am reliably self-taught in astronomy, and I would like to actually be able to have a piece of paper in the future that is going to say, in some way, shape, or form, that I could use astronomer with a capital A. However, it has been my passion, obsession for the past 4+ years, and you know, showing you guys these images on Twitch and explaining what it is we're looking at, and just oohing and ahhing at some targets that have been, well, out of my reach for quite a while, and showing you something amazing is what drives me to learn more about astronomy and better explain what we're looking at, because I don't want to BS you on things. I don't want to throw out any bullshit. It is exactly what if you're asking a question, I want to reliably give you an answer. And if I don't know, then you know, it just gives me something more to work on for the future. Mainly used for wildlife and optical extraction landscapes. How do you mean optical extraction landscapes? What do you do with that? An astronometer. How high can your astronomy go? But this has pretty much been like the last image we've captured on stream since. Do I have a timestamp on this? Is there a date? Is there a date on this one? No. But But I'm probably going to say it's at least like 3 weeks old now, and that is far too long. That is way too long for what we want to do here. So what we're going to do, I believe tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a little, a tiny bit different. What I'm going to do is we're going to rework this data because I could not save it. I couldn't bring it back. So we'll do a quick reprocess on that and try to nip this in the bud. Get this vignetting out of the way. Oh, I am showing you optically extracted objects. I get you. So yes, I'll reprocess this image tomorrow. I will also check on the Xbox Game Pass if Elite Dangerous is on there, or if Steam is still having a sale on Elite Dangerous, or if I can get Kerbal Space Program installed on there. 1-0 Leafs. Who scored? Who scored for the Leafs? I have people in a hockey pool. I need to know. Brad Marchand has already helped me out, so I can't remember who I had picked. If it's Austin Matthews, it works for my content creator league, but if it's someone else, I can't remember who I picked. Does Tyler Bozak still play for the Leafs? It's been so long. But yes, tomorrow's going to be a little bit of image processing, a little bit of throwing in a tiny bit of gaming, and maybe get myself introduced into not EVE Online, Elite Dangerous.
9 forward.
And
40 feet down, 2.5. Picking up some dust. 4 forward, drifting to the right a little.
We copy you down, Eagle.
Tracker!
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Lunar Lander or Lunar or Lander triggers that one. So, Nylander got that going. Oh, my goodness. Tracker, thank you. Thank you very much for the resub for 3 months. Well appreciated. Onto the spike of appreciation you go. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Oh no, it don't hurt. It's just a little prick. Not all landscapes are wide angle, don't ya know? Oh, speaking of Jab, I am almost eligible for my booster, so I'm excited to get that sorted out and level up a little bit. Yes, tomorrow we'll be fixing this up, but then also getting I'm going to update Universe Sandbox. I will also reinstall where'd the asteroids go? A little less. It's just a little prick. We'll get Kerbal updated, and as well as Space Engine. I'm surprised there isn't an update for Space Engine, but we'll get that. We'll bring those back into the mix. But also, Sonic, thank you very much for the 20 bits. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll get those games sorted out and reintroduce some things on here. Sunday morning will be our our Legos, our Lazy Sunday Lego stream, we will continue our build of the Imperial probe droid, where we only got through 2 bags, but as we're also rebuilding the we're also rebuilding the International Space Station, which is just hiding up there because I just needed to put it somewhere. A little bit more redecorating for tomorrow. We'll get some pictures hung up, and you know, we got the camera pretty much where I want it. I think maybe a little more adjustment of the angle. We'll see. We'll get that sorted out there. I think because there is largely a lot of space to kind of fill around this area, and that also help with a little bit of sound dampening. But yes, it's been a fantastic evening with you guys. It is. I thank you those who have subscribed and cheered bits and hung out and spent some time, and a wonderful raids from Chalky Soup and Ida Kim. Appreciate you guys so much for coming in. Any Christmas holiday lights in space? Nothing yet. Actually, well, we did. To be fair, I say nothing yet, but actually we have there is the Christmas tree cluster. We do have the Christmas tree cluster. I will also be reprocessing that for a 3rd time because that definitely needs the love. There we go. There's that. That was the first version. Second version, I am not that happy with after a little further scrutiny. So I got to go back and like start fresh, like almost like I'm gonna have to start like right from the beginning with this one, and really get the detail I want to do. I want to get out of there. So that 3rd process might be done off stream, but I'm still going to record the process. So if I feel that one ends up being like the best out of the 3, then at least that gives me something to post up on the YouTube, which I have updated a great deal of our VODs, of our past streams that's on our YouTube channel. And I'll be aiming to, with that image processing, maybe do a little bit of a highlight with that just to shorten down, compress the time that we have done some processing on there. There. That will be over the course of next week, and like I said, also this weekend on our merch store, we do have there is free shipping all weekend long. We do have some new mouse mats and desk pads and stickers, mugs, and t-shirts that are brand new for this weekend. So all that does go to support the stream, and I think I am confident in saying that the quality of the Stream Elements gear is pretty nice. Like this shirt, I've had this for better part of like 3 months now, and it's still in pretty good shape. Like it's not brand new, but it's not falling apart either. I've had some other Stream Elements shirts that are starting to show their wear, but I frequently do wash them. So there's just other ways you can kind of take care of the merch there, but still, it's up there if you want to use it. I do appreciate, actually, there was a purchase earlier today from RH, who bought a Astro Connect t-shirt, so I hope you enjoy that shirt when it comes in. And for those who are on our stream for our Movember last weekend, Leaf 21 Simmons, I think I had Simmons. Last week for our giveaway, or for our charity stream last week, there were 2 giveaways, and those items plus a bonus item should be out to our winners. I think some bits are being sent separately. So if Yogurt Girl or Little Cute Girl, if you're hanging around at all, you don't need to come out lurking. That's fine. It's probably 2 separate orders are coming through. Stream Elements is strange with some of those items, but nonetheless, I am confident with the quality that that's put out there, and I have some more ideas for some merchandise that I want to kind of put out there. Some of them is probably just going to be for like my own humor. That one, that t-shirt, I'm going to be taking that off very soon because well, let's just have some limited edition things, you know? Maybe it'll come back next year. We'll see. I don't know. But yes, we'll keep you guys updated on that. Streamlabs merch quality I've had has been good. I believe I'm gonna imagine that Stream Elements and Streamlabs probably come from like the same supplier, because it just seems like a very similar process. I did get a mug from El Taco Meat and Zokia Media, and it seems to be about the same kind of quality as the Stream Elements. But I haven't seen any complaints. I've seen a lot of people post images of their merch, other people's merch as well. It looks good. I'm happy with it. So there are some other t-shirt designs that are probably not even Astro Canuck related that I want to try to see if I can get away with designing and then just ordering those shirts. So, you know, it's they'll be very, very specific to me. And whether or not we kind of put them up on sale, like some flash sales, just until I get that shipped and they say, hey, you can't print that. I just did. We'll get that sorted out there. But until then, I guess I thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I want to drop our raid messages for those who are hanging out, enjoying the stream, and just supporting by watching. It is always well appreciated. There is your raid message. For those who are subscribed to the channel, that is your raid message as well, if you want to copy that in there. I think we're going to send somebody over to... I want to see who's streaming tonight from the Knowledge Fellowship. Happy effing Friday, Samshung. Hello, how are you? You need a flash stim then, all right. Freckle Science's birthday today? Is it now? All right, when we get where the deuce did my Twitch tab go? Prophet, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on in. I appreciate it. All right, yes, a former Torontonian. I believe she has moved. She has made this aware. She has made this public. But yes, Freckled Science. We're going to send you guys over to Amanda. She's your neighbor now. Raid time. Yes, raid's up. Let's drop that in there one more time for those who are subscribed or unsubscribed. It's all good. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, we're going to go send you over to Amanda for her birthday. We'll be back tomorrow night for a little bit of image processing. Maverick, hello. Hello, Maverick. How you doing? Welcome in just as we're getting ready to raid. Like I said, tomorrow night we'll be back for some image processing, probably around the same time, 7 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. Do a little image processing and see if we're going to get Kerbal or Elite Dangerous working there. Yeah, for now we're going to send you over to Freckled Science. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. Appreciate everybody who spent time and donated bits and cheers and raids and subscribers and all that other wonderful things, and just spending time with us tonight. 4 p.m. Pacific. Yes, I'm gonna start marking down 3 time zones: Eastern Standard Time, Pacific Time, and Greenwich Mean Time. But yes, thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll see you tomorrow night. I've been Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to share the universe. Have a very good evening. We will see you soon.